All right, Virgo, let's look at your one thing. What is the one thing for you to focus on right now that could get you closer to your good? These are resonating, no, I shouldn't say. These are all over the place. There's a mixed bag. I think I had a few business opportunities or readings show up. So just so you know, it's this could be romantic love, family, job, career, friendship, everything in between. All right. Oh, check you out. The sun. Yay for the sun. That could be Leo. Could be dealing with Leo. But this is that optimistic attitude for things working out. So perhaps you're questioning if things are going to work out. Maybe wondering if this optimism is ill-founded. You might be feeling a little bit insecure about the way things are going. All right. We've got the Chariot. Yay. You need to focus on yes. This is the card of yes. Right, the Chariot is about being assertive, about victory, about forward movement, about opportunity showing up. Oh my goodness. Chariot, Lovers, Tower, Two of Wands, Ten of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Strength, and the Three of Cups. Huh. Okay. Now, my camera is a bit wonky. It's been glitchy, so, but I know it's still going. So I can't see, it's frozen, but I'm gonna keep doing what I do. All right. So, you need to focus on what would get you closest to what you want and to your good is that, yes, indeed, things are going to move forward. The move is going to happen, or if this is a job, a move, a relationship, it is going to move forward and work out. Everything will come to fruition. What you know is that, well, I shouldn't say what you know, but what you need to focus on is the fact of your connection to this thing that you want. It could be a relationship. We do have the Lovers here. But this, whatever is your object of affection right now, you need to know that that is solid and it is going to work out. But it looks like you're having some doubts, or you're feeling like it's on shaky ground or not very secure, whether, again, this is a job opportunity, a love relationship, a friendship, whatever you have, whatever you're attached to, you're feeling like it's not on secure ground or shaky ground, or perhaps you've come to an impasse about something and you've been given some information that just has really made you feel like, call the security, stability, and the movement of it into question, the chances of it succeeding into question. And this is about you being able to make a choice. We got Lovers and we've got the Two of Wands here. Both of those are about a choice on what you want to commit to, choosing a direction to go. And then we've got the Chariot here, which is all about forward movement. So you need to decide what you want to do. You have to make a decision between two things, because we got a 2 here and we got the 10 of Swords. So this is about not only about making a choice, but whatever you decide to do, it's going to be to the end of. You need to put something to rest and move pick which direction you're going to move into or towards. And I think that's why you might be wondering, is this going to work out or not? And it is, but it won't until you decide what you want to do, until you make that choice. All right, so it might go from a bit of chaos, right? Because you're like, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, okay, which one is going to be the best for me? What do I do? What do I do? The minute you make the choice, now you know what you're going to be moving towards. And there might be all this busyness and chaos to complete calm, and it might feel like I'm, stagnation. I'm stagnant. I'm not moving forward. You are. It's just with a methodical pace. Things stabilize and things normalize, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Strength card here, and that is all about making the right choice, having made the right choice, I should say, and things being in alignment with what is for your highest good. We've got the Sun card and the Strength card. Both cards are about positivity, about things being balanced, about positive resolution, just happy times. This has been coming up a lot because if you're where I'm at, it's summer. So this, to me, that's also like, this is imminent. It's going to be happening. Whatever's coming to fruition for you is going to happen this summer. And all right, so what else? Yay, 3 of Cups. Okay, look at that. So yay, we got forward movement here and happy times, and being aligned with what you want, things moving forward, enjoying. So this is making a decision, choosing between the one thing that suits you, and it feels like you're kind of unsure about it, but you need to decide. And it working out is going to be the right, it's going to happen because you made the choice, not because you made the right choice, but you making a definitive choice is going to be what guarantees the success and stability of it. Not, oh, should I pick this one? Should I pick this one? So if you're hung up on that, don't. If something is calling to you, if you feel that connection with someone or just that job or whatever, go for it. It's not the choice of that. I'm sorry, it's not the person or the job that you chose that is like, oh, I picked the right one. It's the fact that you made a decision that puts you in the driver's seat that is going to have things working out for you, because not because it was the right or wrong one, but because you chose it and because it's what you wanted, and you have efficacy and you have agency, and that's the difference. So if you're wondering if things are going to work out or things moving forward, did I make the right choice? Yes, because it's what you want. So you need to choose what you want and what you feel that fit with. That's going to be the right choice. Not, oh, this is a better opportunity or this one. No, go with your heart. You got two choices, or you've got one choice to make between two things. Go with your heart. Put an end to the one that no longer serves you, that's just not working out. And then with just the one decision or the one that you picked, we've got stability, security, and it being the right choice. And it being strong, stable, and secure over time. And here's your happy day. So do not doubt yourself. Commit, make the decision, and trust that it will be the right one. So if you're looking for something to write on a piece of paper for your moon magic, to plant that intention or to plant that wish, I trust that the choices I make are right for me. I trust that with every choice I make, it gets me closer to my highest good. My heart's desire, however you want to word it. Just affirm that you're making the right choice and that you're doing it with your best interest at heart. All right. What else for Virgo? Oh, sorry. This could be Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, or Libra, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. All right. That's for Virgo. That's for Virgo. Let's do this. Ooh. Okay, so, I think the reason why, this is letters, right? This is the whip or the broom or the birch. So I think it feels like you're feeling pressured to make a choice. And it could be because you've received information all at once and it's gotten things pretty heated. Like, I need to make a choice, so there's that, okay? It could be that somebody has gotten in touch with you. There could be some correspondence, whether it's text messages, emails, someone's written you a letter. You've got some decisions to make over new information that has just come in for you. This could be dating online. This could be somebody getting a text at an inopportune time and somebody else finds out about it, and it's like, oh, I got to choose between two people because the other person didn't know I was dating this person. But it's a lot of information coming at you at once. And because of that, it looks like there's some quick resolution needed. So this could be anywhere from a couple of job opportunities coming in and you need to make some decisions. This could be about, universities, and you need to decide which college to go to. This could be getting caught cheating. I don't mean to put a negative spin on it, but this could be either, a lot of online dating, and maybe someone isn't too happy with it and there's arguments. Or a lot of online dating and you're like, you know what, I feel like I need to make a decision. Someone asks you to make a decision. And you choose the college, the business opportunity, or the person that you feel the most drawn to and that you feel the most connected to, and it works out from there. Not because you chose the right person, but because you chose with your heart and you chose what works for you. And like I said, there's something magic about that because it gives you a sense of efficacy that this is what I wanted, so I have agency in this choice. It's not like, oh, I hope I make the right choice and then it does right by me. Either way, it feels like you might feel like time is of the essence to make this decision because of new information coming in that just kind of upset the whole apple cart. I don't think this is cheating. I just think that if we're looking at a love situation, I should say, I don't think it's cheating. I think that, oh, look at that. We got the unknown and the Ten of Swords. That flipped. I think that someone probably has told you how they feel about you and they want you to make a decision. You're like, oh, I don't know if I feel the same. I actually am more drawn to this situation over here, this person over here, or I'm just not ready to settle down with anybody. I kind of want to keep my options open because I haven't found anybody that is able to match what I have. Could be that. Or it could be that you choose somebody you feel quite strongly about and that would is more in line with what you want. Either way, it's a good choice because you made it. And the Ten of Swords is doubling down on that there needing to be a decision and an ending to a situation. And this unknown is saying that you can't know all the facts before you make a decision. You've got to go with your heart. You've got to go with what you feel is the right decision. Who you feel or what you feel fits you and suits you best. Okay, what else for Virgo? What else for Virgo? Not making a decision, that's the devil. Not making a decision, it could be Capricorn, is holding you back. It's time to unload. It's time to make a decision so that you get rid of the dead weight, shall we say, the situation that is not working for you anymore, the thing that is making you feel like, oh, you feel trapped by it, and instead you get in the driver's seat and you decide what to do. The other situation will fall away and you're left with a strong, stable, secure opportunity or relationship that is going to thrive. We got the Three of Cups here. So happier days are ahead. It is about forward movement, and to get forward movement, you make that decision. Okay. All right, Virgo. That was your one thing for you to concentrate on reading. Now I'm going to clear these away, and we're going to get to the new love reading. So if you're done, you're done. If you want to stick around for the new love reading, you go ahead. It'll take me a minute, but certainly glad to have you. Okay, all right. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care. All right. Just get these out of the way, Virgo. Hi Virgo, welcome to your new love reading for July 2019. If you are still joining me from the One Thing video, hi, thank you. If you're not, welcome. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Fire Intuition Tarot. Much love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to stop by and check her out. Show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. All right, Virgo. What is your new love situation for July? The reason why I did these, in case you're wondering, I should have said this before, but I have a pretty heavy schedule later in the week, and I didn't know if I was going to have time to do both of these, so I just decided I got the time now. So that's why I'm doing both of them in one video. Two birds, one stone. One video, two readings. Okay, all right, hi. Let me get to your reading. All right, Virgo, new love. New love for Virgo, July 2019. Oh, thinking about somebody from your past, reminiscing, feeling nostalgic. Could be just thinking about your kids. Empress. Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Cups. Ooh. Eight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Being at the crossroads, are you deciding to whether or not to reinvest with somebody from your past? Maybe it's a friendship and you're thinking about taking it to the next level. Maybe it's an ex. It's an actual ex. All right. What are we dealing with here for Virgo? Well, there's Virgo, King of Pentacles. That could be Virgo. Okay, so is this an ex? Or is this you being quite solitary and reminiscing and thinking about getting in touch with somebody from your past? And this, by the way, these were the two that kind of just flipped there. All right, so we got the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is somebody that you think or thought was quite, you had a really good thing going with them. And this is someone that's certainly open, no strings attached. Let's just see how this goes. So it's either somebody you just came across, somebody, an ex, or it has the element of somebody from your past. So either an ex or somebody that you knew in a friend capacity that you're wondering to take it to the next level. Maybe you've always had a good friendship and you're kind of like, But this could be Taurus. This could be, yeah, it could be Taurus. Taurus and Virgo. Okay, so what's this? Again, it looks like they're going to be, into it, but they want to see how it goes, like day to day. They're not going to have any expectations or any strings attached. They do feel quite the connection to you, though. Perhaps they always have. Perhaps they even think that there's some unfinished business with you, which is why I feel like this is a familiarity thing. I feel like you know who this person is. And they're coming back around, or they're emerging in a different capacity. Like if they were a friend, now they're wanting to say, hey, let's see what happens. I've always enjoyed your company. I've always felt like you're a really good person and we fit together. Like we just get along and we have that connection. Let's see what happens. You've always kind of been in the back of my mind. What's this Ace of... Not this ace. What's this? Oh, look at that. 2 aces. All right. What's this Empress about? Oh, look at that. Empress. Okay. So that is the doubling down on that. Excuse me. That, oh, look at this. 6, 7, 8. Oh, boy. That is talking about, to some degree, balancing. If it's an ex, it could have been balancing the codependency versus nurturing, codependency versus control. Things get muddy and convoluted. That happens in every relationship. But I don't think it's that so much. I think this is about just someone that you've always felt like there was that potential for. This is somebody you know. And you've always had kind of a soft spot or will you shush? That's just rude. Soft spot or an affinity for them. And now you have the opportunity to take things to the next level. But or at least to see what's going to happen, and yet it's kind of like, okay, well, I've kind of been on my own for a while, or I don't know if I want to go there because there's a hesitancy, and this other person's into it, no strings attached. Let's just see where it goes. But you're ready. Okay, that's what it is. The King of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like this is you taking it day by day, taking it day to day, and just kind of. Because both of you are going to kind of they're into it, but it's almost like you're both older, more established, or you both got something else that kind of would take precedence, whether it's kids or a business. There's something that could kind of take precedence over the relationship, and both of you are kind of cautious. The other person, though, is really, I feel like they're even more open to it, though. They're like, hey, let's see what happens. That's what it is. They're more optimistic about it. The other person is more optimistic about it. I feel like you might be thinking, I need a little time. I want to figure things out. I need to take this slow. I want to take it day by day. Just don't know. But there's a connection there. I think you're just slower to warm up to it. I don't feel like this person's like, hey, yeah, whatever, let's do it. And you're like, let's move a little slower. Let's slow things down a little bit. What's this Ace of Cups? All right, so if this is somebody from your past, this is about them. It's almost like this is about, I hate to say apologizing, but this is an ex. It's about them apologizing or acknowledging for something that has happened in the past. There's still very much a connection with you two. That would make sense as to why it's open-ended, and they kind of saunter back in and they're like, hey, yeah, let's do it. Let's meet for coffee. There's still a connection there. They still feel it. But they do need to set things to rights. They do need to atone for what happened, or at least acknowledge that things got wonky and acknowledge their contribution in it, because you still feel the same, they still feel the same, and now I know why you're kind of like, I need some more time, because you need to know that you can trust this person. You need to know that, hey, I need you to acknowledge what went wrong, so I know in that acknowledgement that you therefore won't do it again, that you know it bugged me and you won't do it again. So I feel like there's still feelings there. This is an ex, but that's coming back around again, but they need to acknowledge way back when what happened or what they did, something about them being culpable and atoning or admitting to something. If this is not an ex from the past, it feels like your person is familiar. So for those of you who don't have anything like that, this might not be for you, but for Virgo, this does feel like you know who this person is. If it's not an ex, it's a friend wanting to take things to the next level, or at least be open to it. But it's both of you are hesitant. So it's going to be about somebody needing to make the first move and let the other person know about how they feel. And for you and your dynamic with the person, I'm pretty sure you'll know who that is. But there is going to be somebody that needs to step up and let the other person know how they feel, because I feel like you're just naturally reticent, or you're hesitant, or you're wanting them to do the assurances first, for them to bring it up first. All right. What is this Eight of Cups about? Oh, we've got movement from the past, letting go of the past. Ooh. So perhaps this is something that might be like, you know what, maybe it's not about holding them accountable for what they did way back when. I mean, I'm talking like 20 years ago or something. But maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's about moving on from the past. Letting go of the past and having a stable new beginning because you were able to let go of the past. Maybe it's about acknowledging that I still love you and have feelings for you, and I always have, in spite of what happened. Even though I feel like you owe me an apology, you know, it was 20 years ago, people change, we grow. It could be that. I don't know though. Full disclosure, Virgo, and I hope I didn't call you I didn't call you Gemini. If I did, I'm sorry. Maybe some of you are dealing with Gemini. Sorry. Virgo, Taurus, Libra. I don't know. I feel like I got Gemini in my head and I called you Gemini. Sorry. Anyway, so for Virgo, here's the thing. That's hard for me, so if it doesn't make sense to you, I get it. It doesn't have to. This could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Sagittarius, by the way. Like, let's just forgive and forget. Ooh, not so. No. I don't actively ever forgive anybody. It just sort of happens. I just know when it's happened. It's the damnedest thing. People are like, well, you need to forgive. That doesn't work for me. I always know when I've forgiven someone, but I don't know when it happens, and I know that I can't do it. So this is that kind of thing right here, where it's like, it's not about someone else telling you to forgive and forget. It's about you deciding to do that. It's about you, it happening for you, and it has to be your choice, or it has to happen. Could be family, but it feels like circle of friends. All right, okay, so there you have it, Virgo. I wish you a fun and safe July. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care. I thank you for stopping by. Take care. All right, Scorpio. Oh, good gracious. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's cranky and he's sassy and he's insistent. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. So this is standing apart from, or being set apart, because you're holding out because the situation is not the way you want it to be, in the sense that you're not engaging because it's like, no, it has to meet my standards of, it has to meet my standards before I will engage, because if I do, then it's me compromising myself or self-respect and that sort of thing. And so this is kind of being happily under your, for some of you, you're like, I'm not happily under myself, but I am capable and competent, and I can handle my own life and handle my own business. But it's simply a matter of you staying there rather than engage with a situation because it is beneath you to do so. It insults your integrity in some form. It's almost like, I can't compromise anymore. So I feel like you would like it to be differently, but you just aren't willing to compromise anymore. We have Justice, that could be Libra. This could be male or female, by the way. The Devil. Two of Cups. Uh-oh. Tower. What the heck's going on here? And the Emperor. Okay, so we got Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, but it could be people with those characteristics. We'll get into that in a minute. All right, so what's going on about this Devil? What is this something that's holding you back? Is this, and I say that because sometimes people feel this way about their partner, like they just feel like their partner's just the be-it, end-all, or they're attached to somebody that it's going like, being on a sinking ship, right? So let's see. Okay, hold on. What are we dealing with here for Scorpio? What's Scorpio dealing with? Knight of Wands. Could be a Leo. Could be a Leo. This could be an affair. This right here, this could be an affair. Just saying. An affair that ends. Maybe, maybe not. All right, what's this Leo about? I'm not sounding hopeful or anything like that. I mean, I don't agree with affairs, but this could be an affair that's kind of got its hold on you. What's this Devil about for Scorpio? What's this Devil about? All right, so we've got an Ace of Wands here with the Devil. So it feels like this is, honestly, it feels like you're being tempted. Like this is a new interest in something that is not good for you. This is a very passionate, this right here could be a passionate affair. Just saying. What's this Knight of Wands about? So, is this you waiting for this person? Because we've got... Alright. So, on the one hand, it could be you holding out for this person, right? Because you've got your expectancies, and while you might have had this dalliance, you're like, okay, I'm removing myself, or not removing myself. This intermittent involvement suits me because maybe I would like to be by myself and do my own thing, but I like this dalliance. There's no strings attached, right? Could be a Leo that you're dealing with, could be Capricorn, but it could also be that somebody that you're kind of liking the fact that it's passionate and intermittent and kind of, for somebody that's so in control and competent, it could be that you kind of like the unpredictable element, or that you like that this person is able to kind of have this hold over you, because everything else, you're in charge of your own life, you're by yourself, you're doing, you're going, you're set apart, but there's something about this relationship that just gets to you, or this interaction, whatever, and it could be that you kind of prefer that because you have to be in charge everywhere else, and you get to feel that sense of not being in charge, and it's wild and free, and there's no strings attached, and it gets to be passionate and intermittent, and there's no obligation because you have enough of that already. And because we've got this right here where it's almost like, I don't feel like this is you being done. I feel like this is you saying, look, I've had it with other stuff. I know what I want and what I don't want, and right now this suits me because I don't want the obligation, because I'm about done. Like it feels like there's this other part of your life where everything's all under control and it's kind of weighing on you. And then it feels like there's this other part with this situation right here to where it's carefree and fun and passionate and unpredictable, and it makes you feel all the feels of the passion and not having to be in control. And yeah, there's a release of sorts. What's this Two of Cups? This is Two of Cups. Uh-oh. This is Two of Cups. All right, did you fall for somebody that's unavailable? Is this you changing? Because is this you dealing with something that's got that hold on you, and you go from being kind of reserved and kind of having it compartmentalized and not really having any room for it? Or is it there's something about you, even though everything else about your life is going full steam ahead or just the way you like it, there's something about you that still is attached or holding on to and still feeling very strongly about this, even though maybe it's not the best for you. You're still kind of resolute and holding on to it. And do you end up falling in love? Do you end up feeling like this person should be the person you're with? But we've got having that heart-to-heart talk. So this looks like it's progressed from, because what you're dealing with, the theme here is probably, honestly, this Ace of Wands and the Devil is a very strong, passionate interest in something that is not quite good for you, that is toxic, that is not the best for you, something that has a hold on you. And if we're talking, we got the 9 of Wands, or the 11, good gracious. We got the Knight of Wands here. All of this right here suggests an affair. So that's what we're talking about here. Now, in terms of who it is and what's involved, this is something you feel pretty strongly about. And I think it's because there's that passionate element to it. And it shows here, too, that you feel like this person that you've gotten involved in this affair with is actually soulmate potential, if you subscribe to that term. But it's actually someone that you could see a partnership with. But there's some things that either they or you need to cut out. And perhaps it's you cutting away the other things, because all of a sudden, this person, you really feel like you need to kind of give up a few other things, and it is all about this person. So it goes from being kind of this passionate fling to somebody that you're kind of, I hate to say forsaking, but you're all of a sudden prioritizing this that once was a fling. You're prioritizing it now. That's what this is right here. But what happens here? What's this Tower about? So we go from it being interesting and passionate and not really, it's kind of ill-advised. It could be just really great sex, honestly. Because the devil represent, it could represent that, just this out-of-the-world physical relationship. And even though, so there's a shift from this to all of a sudden rounding the corner about it. And feeling like this person has a great potential, but is it an affair? I don't know. Is it you thinking that you need to cut this person off because it's not healthy? But they got a hold on you. They got some kind of hold on you here. What's this Tower about? Maybe that's what's unexpected, is you didn't expect this, just this dalliance that you had very well compartmentalized because everything else you got under control. It's, whatever. All of a sudden to kind of morph into you considering this person, when you're very much over here in this element, you're considering this person now as could be a potential partner. What's this Tower about? What's this Tower about? Scorpio, what's this Tower about? Okay. So we've got two cards of sort of karma coming in and leveling the playing field here. We've got the Emperor and Justice. So we've got the Tower and the Ace of Swords. This looks like a breakup. What's this Emperor about? What's this Emperor about for Scorpio? What's this Emperor about? Okay. Is this a back and forth? I mean, sometimes the 9 of Wands means you've been here before. This was an affair, and maybe it's revisited, and as much as it has a potential, there's something happens to where there's an about face. This is the unexpected part here. That on the one hand, it's like you're considering this person to be a potential partner, but then all of a sudden, is if either you decide that it's not worth it or they break up with you, but there's this unexpected, holy cow, we go from being in love and, or not being in love, but just being very kind of enjoying someone physically to where you feel like maybe it could possibly be a partnership, to cutting things off and ending it unexpectedly so, and trying to reestablish control in your life, and starting the process of grieving the ending of this, and realizing that once and for all it's over with. So maybe this is about being almost done with this affair and this relationship that has had quite a hold on you and holding yourself back, to realizing that you, not them, but you need to end this partnership. Even though you might be in love with them, this is a whole maelstrom of feelings right here. And so even though you might see this person as a potential partner, you decide to end it because there's something profoundly unhealthy about this, or there's no way that this can be this. There's no way that this can turn into this. And I think with the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Swords here, it feels like you realize that. And while there might be really great passionate sex and whatnot, it's just not one of those things where you somehow realize that this unified partnership is not meant to be. It needs to be cut away with. And there could have even been the hope that you would be able to cut out some other things in your life to kind of make room for this. But I think with this 9 of Pentacles here, it's about you realizing, I just can't, because it ends up compromising my self-respect and integrity. Like I've gone as far as I can go with this situation, but I've got too much at stake here, and I don't want to compromise my self-respect or self-esteem any further. And so instead of compromising other parts of your life, you're actually doing away with this. And that's what we see here with the Tower and the Ace of Swords. And then we've got you trying to reestablish control. This is a very solitary position, much like the Ace of Wands here. But I mean, on the one hand, it's good because this is being out of control and kind of being swept away. And this is firmly reestablishing control and stability and rebuilding character and that sort of thing. So we go from feeling out of control to firmly reestablishing control. But in order to do that, this is about you cutting off that dalliance or that affair, or a partnership. Doesn't have to be. This could be a partnership that is just not healthy, but it feels primarily based on sex and it feels intermittent, which would suggest an affair. So it doesn't have to be, but But either way, this is a partnership that you just realize is something that you've got to cut away. That it's a means to an end. It's either this partnership or the rest of your life. It's a choice between the rest of your life or this partnership. And you're like, I've got too much at stake here. I can't. And there's this profound ending. Like deep, like, oh my goodness. And it looks like it's unexpectedly out of the blue that things get cut off. So either you cut it off or the other person ends it. But it gets cut off. And then here is you reconciling this death and being able to reestablish control in your life because of the ending of this. This could be Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, and Libra. What's this? Libra. So is karma restored? Is this, what the heck's going on here? What's this justice about? What's justice about? What's justice about for Scorpio? Oof. Well, this person was pretty darn pivotal for you, because there was a lot more. This is rough because this is so much bigger than just your involvement in this. It's like karma, and then there's spiritual, or there's a psychic element here going on behind the scenes, and this is karma. This is behind the scenes stuff here, and it's major. So this person is one of those people that is pretty pivotal and transformational in your life. And we've got transformation here too. So I think after this cutoff and you're kind of unto yourself, rebuilding, being very almost isolated so that you can reestablish order and keep on the whatever this path is, you're right here. This is reestablishing that and continuing that. But I also feel like this is you really struggling with doing the right thing. There's something about this that you know is not right. And you go along with a certain point, and then it gets cut off, and then this is you rebuilding. And long after it's ended, because this is you staying under yourself, not re-engaging, not doing anything, knowing that it's true and right and good and what you should do. This is ruled by structure and order. To end this, or to have this ending, to accept it at face value, you're still up here struggling with it. And because of that, you might withdraw, or you might just be really trying to negotiate that. And it just feels like you're it feels very alone, and I don't see any others around you helping with this. What's this justice about? Let's say, what's this justice about? Okay, yeah, this is you withdrawing and going inward and really struggling with the ending of this. I shouldn't say really struggling, but this is you, instead of going outward and relying on friends. All of this right here is very solitary. I would be surprised if anybody in your life really knew about this. This is something that's very solitary, that it might have just been very compartmentalized for you. And so instead of reaching out to friends, you kind of shut down and withdraw and go inward to kind of process this whole ending here, this unexpectedly so ending that kind of came out of the blue, and it just got cut off. And yet it's been happening for a while. And then this, bam, it's just this non-negotiable ending here. So in terms of this dalliance, it was kind of fun and passionate. There's this realization that it's not the best for you, and I don't want to have to compromise my self-respect or all that I've worked for here, because this is somebody who's sitting pretty, male or female. And then when it comes to but yet it's like you consider that they have the potential for this, and either they end it or you end it. And it's out of the blue, and it's non-negotiable, and there could have even been harsh words. This could also be that they end it by just via text or online communication, that it's not even a face-to-face thing. This could end online. And that's kind of why you're struggling with the rebuilding and putting things back together, and just struggling with the injustice of it all, or feeling like it's not fair because of the way it was discarded or dismissed or ended. And you have no choice but to completely withdraw and walk away. All right. What else? Boy, I'm a bag of fun, aren't I? Doom and gloom tarot. Jeez. Maybe it's you that decides to end it, because this is just so abrupt. This is completely unexpected and abrupt here. What else for Scorpio? We go from having fun and it being passionate and knowing it's a little naughty to bam! Like just walking away. What else for Scorpio? But this is, I had mentioned just kind of grappling with that, going within, struggling with the injustice of it, feeling conflicted. But this is also knowing that you need to stand your ground, knowing that this is what needs to be done here, whether it's because of your moral principles or just because you've had enough or whatever. There's a feeling of conviction here. We got the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, knowing that, okay, this has to happen. So either they break up and you let the breakup stand, or you break up, but you feel strongly about it, but there could be conflict, like you wish it weren't so. But especially if you've got this right here, this is probably you starting to develop feelings for the person. Or honestly, another twist could be that the other person or you, somebody's involved with someone else while they're involved with you, and it's a choice between either you or the other person, and you end up making the decision to walk away. There's conflict and yet a defensiveness about it as well. Right, what else for Scorpio? What else for Scorpio? Yeah. Okay, so we've got the mice, who are little thieves, little hoarders, little problem causers, because it's this constant nibbling away at it. It's this constant, like, just taking things, hiding things, hoarding things, thieving, constantly just enough to where it's like eventually that torture where the water drips on you or whatever. It's just constant, and it eats away and it erodes the foundation. And it's always these little nuisances that are, so basically this right here is, we got 23 and 24 too, so this is successive, but mice and heart, constant problems. Little problems become big problems that erode the foundation of a love or romantic relationship. This could be obsession, right? The mice, I mean, we got the devil here. This could be talking about an obsession, this relationship that's just an obsession that needs to be cut off firmly and decisively and almost unexpectedly, to where you just have to get the hell out of Dodge because it's starting to take a turn and you're like, I can't have that. So there's something about this not being very stable, or it has an obsessive quality to it, that at least an emotionally unhealthy bent to it, that has been eating away at your connection with this person. And it involves romantic feelings and feelings of love and that sort of thing. So maybe you've been dealing with this for a while, because we've got the Nine of Wands there that would suggest, just frustration and it coming to this, like, okay, I'm pretty resolute now. I'm pretty firm on how I feel. We've been here before and this needs resolution. All right, Scorpio, so that's what I have for you. I'm sorry it wasn't more positive and more upbeat. There is you progressing after this on your own, but it looks like with a heavy heart for now. It looks like you're going to be trying to reconcile the injustice of it, or just like trying to really restore the balance in your life, because this looks like it's been a bit topsy-turvy and not very balanced. This is the Seven of Wands, and this is the Knight of Cups. So again, with the Seven of Wands, conflict with a romantic love offer or taking a romance to the next level. Conflict and just strife with that. Hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care. All right, Sagittarius, the unexpected. Got you. Beginning, new start, leap of faith, taking that chance again with somebody. What's this King of Swords about? What's this King of Swords about? So you got the Emperor twice here. So is this somebody coming back wanting to be the partner that they weren't, wanting to establish some stability and control and reliability and structure, not the domineering kind, but the secure, trustworthy kind? What's this Emperor about? So is this someone coming back to say they're sorry and make things right? To confess, to kind of say, hey, look, this is where I fell down, or this is where I let you down. This could be male or female. But coming back to kind of, I feel like it's a confession. I feel like it's about saying, this is what I could have done better. I know I let you down here. This is me being honest and trustworthy and truthful, and this is how I plan to rectify this situation, because I have what it takes to do that, and I want to prove to you my trustworthiness and stability and security and provide that for you. What's this Emperor about? There's Sagittarius. What's this Emperor about for Sagittarius? Nine of Wands. Still not done. So is this them saying, look, I've kind of been beaten up by life since you and I have broken up, because we've got the breakup right here. We've got someone's world being upended and taking time apart, right? So then they come back and say, all right, I've reined it in. I've figured things out. I've come to some truths and realizations. And it's kind of beat me up, but I'm still showing up because faith, resilience, loyalty, and courage. And I want to do the right thing. And I know that after coming full circle, I'm wiser and stronger for what I've been through in this breakup. And I'm being honest. I want to try again. What's this Three of Cups? Sagittarius. What's this Three of Cups for Sagittarius? Are you walking away? This could be reunion. It's just Three of Cups. Nope, you're walking away. So this person comes and it feels like they're offering an apology, or at least a, hey, look, this is me being honest and I want to try again and I want to work this out. I'm showing back up. I'm wiser for it and stronger for it. And please have faith in me again. We got the Nine of Wands and the Fool. And you're like, nope. If this isn't walking away from a reunion or a trying to kind of get back in there, because this This isn't a straight up reunion. However, this is meeting old friends. This is doing that sort of, hey, how are you thing where you might, you know, let's get coffee sometime or something, and things develop from there. This is, if you do that, this is getting down to brass tacks and having that truthful conversation. It looks like if it's not you outright walking away, you're thinking of, okay, is this on the up and up? Is this legit? What's this Two of Pentacles about? We got the Eight of Wands here. So that's movement, that's change. Swift incoming communication that you're deciding, all right, I might be, okay, all right. The issue here is trustworthiness. I don't think you believe this person. I think that you think this person and this reunion and this offer that they're coming to is actually not truthful and is shady, because the thing about the Two of Pentacles, one of the things is that it can be where someone is juggling something over here and juggling something over here. And I mean, it's about finding balance, but it's also the shadier side of that is someone doing that and trying to keep that from their person. Like that things are not as stable or as steady as they might be made to be. There could be somebody getting the raw end of the deal, or not getting the full benefit of the relationship or the resources in the relationship, aka somebody hiding a truth or money or something from someone else. Or, yeah, I paid that bill last month, when really they took it and gambled with it or something or whatever. So, point being, this is you not trusting this out of the blue incoming communication of, hey, let's get together. Hey, let's talk this out. How are you doing? And what do you think? I've changed my ways and I really would like a do-over. You're not buying it. You're not buying it. This is you doubting that. This is you not buying it. And it looks like you've been here before with this person, because we've got the Nine of Wands. So you not buying it is you not buying it. You're like, no, one too many times, dude. Sorry. This could be male or female. I say dude as a reference. But point being, this is somebody that you've been in this situation, this breakup, get back together before. And the twist is that this is, you just can't, you just don't want to anymore. This is either you walking away when you never used to, unexpectedly so, or you doubting this person to the point where you want more time to think, and you remain indecisive, and you're like, well, I want you to show me. You know, I'm going to kind of hold judgment. I'm going to keep things in the air. I'm going to decide what's best for me, because the Two of Pentacles is also about practicality. So this could be, at the very least, letting them prove what they're saying, but I think more it's about you walking away because you just don't believe this all of a sudden, out of the blue, things wanting to happen fast. Hey, let's get to this, let's this and that. You're like, no, wait, whoa. You don't trust this person. You just don't anymore. No matter, even if you still have feelings for him, you just don't trust him. And I think that's what the unexpected element is that this is the one time that you don't go back, that you decide to break the cycle. And you're not going back. You're not accepting the offer. You're doubting the offer. Okay, this just flipped. Ten of Cups. That happily ever after. What's this Tower about? What's this Tower about? So everything's upset by a message or this is a message, a sudden message coming in. This is also the unexpected. This is unexpected. So we got a breakup. And then we've got this message coming in. Fast and quickly. And someone's kind of professing that they've changed, or that they have this awareness now. They've kind of figured some things out. They've had some time to think, and they're wiser for this. They're seasoned, they're wizened, they're capable now of being that trustworthy partner, and you're like, nope. And this is probably going to happen from an offer out of the blue to meet up. You run into each other, something kind of unexpected and jovial, but it's really about them wanting a second chance, and for whatever reason this time you don't trust it. You know, all right. Is this offer trustworthy? This offer trustworthy? This offer coming in for Sagittarius, trustworthy. 2 cards, please. Is this a trustworthy offer? Oh, it's not going to work. Okay, trustworthy. All right, so there's that reconciliation offer. Is it trustworthy? Reconciliation and marriage. All right, so we got 2 figures of religion there, so to speak. This is about having faith. This is about restoring faith. I would say honestly, these are both very positive. But of course, you're going to be doing your due diligence. We got 2 angels here. Another angel. Oh, mama. Okay, so this is about you doing your due diligence then. And I think it's wise that you're going to be staying on the fence and letting them prove to you, and you're going to be weighing your opinions per situation, or weighing your judgment as things develop. That is, of course, if you don't just cut things off and walk away, because this is cutting things out of your life that no longer suit you. And it could be that you meet up with this person and after that you decide nope, and you're going out with friends and doing your own thing. If you do decide to get down to brass tacks, because this could also be, all right, if this is going to work, this is how it needs to be, or I want to hear what you have to say, let's clear the air, that sort of thing. Keep your options open. Just because it comes in fast and hard, and this is very big energy about I'm trustworthy, I mean what I say, let's do this, reconciliation. I mean, keep your options open though. Don't let somebody's intensity and bigger than life talk bowl you over. This has to come from within. This kind of faith, this kind of reconciliation, this kind of restoration of your previous situation has to come from a decision within you. It's not something this person can convince you for. Don't let their outside intensity influence this inner, what you need for yourself and what makes sense to you. And this, like I said, this has to come from within. It can't be anything that they convince you of or try to assure you about. What else for Sagittarius? We got the Death card. So this would suggest change and transformation. So, damn it. Because I'm sitting here going, I don't know. But, across the board, this is saying that this person is sincere, that there has been an end to whatever it was, and there's been this transformation and rebirth. So whatever they're saying, they believe. It's going to depend on you and your situation and what your gut says. What does your heart say? What does your gut say? Because by all intents and purposes, this person does believe what they're telling you. So that would be that it's authentic. You could interpret this as, death means it's over. It's not going back. However, consider that in light of all of this right here and this right here, that this could be a new beginning rather than a long drawn out ending and it's over and forever done with. This is about transformation and a new beginning because of that. Just saying, just consider it. You do you, but just consider that. As much as I'm like, you know what? But honestly, this is somebody that's coming back and they believe that they believe what they're telling you. They want this leap of faith. They want to be the person that they weren't before. What else for Sagittarius? 2 cards, please. What else? Sagittarius. So this is that message coming in. We got message. It's probably unexpected. It's from a love interest long ago, not somebody you're with because you broke up, you've been taking time apart from this person, but here comes this text or this email or something, some kind of reaching out, probably online, and it's about the way you left things. This person was not accountable. They were not trustworthy. This was a painful, challenging situation to where the person was not accountable. They weren't on the up and up. They probably were not very nice when it came down to owning up to what their contribution was to things ending or why things got so ugly or painful. This might have been someone that was very immature, that refused to acknowledge their culpability and things going awry. And this is what we see here that they want to now. we got the Emperor twice. This is someone that's really wanting to be secure, stable, and solid, and establish trustworthiness and authority, and kind of have this hierarchy of like things as they should be. You know what I mean? Like things are as they should be. This is what we do. This is a stability. No longer am I going to be this person that doesn't acknowledge my culpability in things. I want to be trustworthy. I want to be a good person and a good partner. The choice will be yours, Sag. Because this person believes what they're telling you. They believe that they have it in them to, they believe that they've changed, and they believe they have it in them to be this trustworthy person and partner for you. But this is saying keep your options open. Despite the intensity, the swiftness, the rapidity, the just like, hey, you know, let's get this show back on the road. I've changed, I've this and that. Keep your options open and give time to make sure you can measure the behaviors. All right. Did I do everything? Did I get that? I got that. Okay. All right. Yes, I got it. Okay. All right. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you are able to take the time you need to vet this offer. And there are many more coffee dates or whatnot.